All right, so my next guest, and this is going to be something that's going to get my blood to boil because I go crazy when I get into this subject. But, you know, you guys, I've made a lot of movies in Hollywood. Most of my movies have been, you know, action. I've probably killed thousands of people in my movie. You know, I usually play the bad guy. And I've handled many, many weapons through my 30 years, okay? So this is what I've done for a living for many, many years. But it's fake. It's not real, okay? I pretend like I'm killing people. Now, here's the hypocrisy of Hollywood. Listen to me. Hollywood manufactures all of these violent movies, promotes gun violence. I mean, I haven't seen violence lately like I've ever seen in my life. And yet, they will lobby for us not to carry guns. Now, is that insanity or what? You know, you can go in most states and get a concealed weapons permit pretty easy. Some states, you don't even have to have one. Just put it on your hip and walk around. You come to California, and if you don't have a concealed weapons permit and you pull out a weapon, you will go to the slammer, baby. And yet California is the one making all this money off of all these exploitation films, these violent films, you know, promoting gun violence. And then when kids go out and they imitate it and they do it, California wants to ban guns away from everybody. Does that sound like insanity to you? I'm going to bring somebody on that can help me go through this therapy session. He's a very well-known publicist manager in Hollywood, California. I've known him for years. He's worked with a lot of stars. Man knows a lot. But what's more important is not only being a Judeo-Christian, coming from a Judeo-Christian background, he's also what I call a weapons wrangler. And what is that? That's someone that is very, he's very qualified and very trained in the field of weaponry, of handling weapons, guns, rifles, shotguns, what have you. His name is Riddle. Rock, you there with me, buddy?
I am indeed.
How are you?
I am fantastic.
All right, good.
Every day above ground is a good day. So this is a good day.
It's a good day. So I assume that if anybody's going to stay above ground, you are, because I understand that you do pack a gun. Correct?
Just between you and I know no one else is watching or listening.
We have a few people, like 2 or 3.
Oh, well, keep it all to yourselves.
Okay.
If I'm dressed, I'm carrying.
Okay. All right. So if you're dressed, okay. So you carry a gun. Do you live in California?
That's correct.
Okay. How can you carry a gun in California? I thought they didn't want people to have guns.
A lot of people don't want people to have guns because a lot of people would rather take all of your rights and have you be a victim. We're all taught that we're supposed to be victims.
Okay.
Not my fault. I weigh 480 pounds. That's McDonald's fault. Oh, if someone's going to come in and do harm to me and my family, I can call 911. Yes.
Right.
And then they can see if the bodies are still warm.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, to answer your question, where there's a will, there's a way.
Okay.
You go through the sheriff's department. Then you wait between 5 and 24 months, depending on what county in California, in which county you reside.
Okay.
Then you will go in for a class with the sheriff's department, generally speaking. If you pass all of that, oh, by the way, they will send people to your neighbors to interview your neighbors.
And see if you're there. Rock, let me stop you right there. It's important. I understand everything you're saying, and obviously it is correct. But I can go to any other state in the United States, not any other, most of, and either through mail order or almost overnight, at least a week, and have a concealed weapons permit. But yet in California, some of these counties, if you get it all, you've got to wait, you know, sometimes 6 months to a year.
How about 2 years?
2 years. Okay. Answer this question if you can.
Okay.
California houses Hollywood. Hollywood spits out more movies that is pro-gun, blowing people to pieces, shooting people. And I'm talking the bad guys becoming the good guys. Okay, they're perverting it. So
Yes.
you've got a state that's making all this revenue from these studios, and yet that very state is the state that wants to do everything to keep you from having a gun. Why is that?
It's called hypocrisy. And by the way, gun control has nothing to do with guns. It has everything to do with control.
Really? Would you explain that, please?
How can you control the masses? How can you build the one world government, the Illuminati? How can you do these things and then switch the religion of everyone to whatever religion comes out? And I think most people would see, would have a guess there. How can you do that if your citizenry is able to defend itself?
Ooh, good point. Are you saying that California is at the forefront of the end times of what's going to come to be, that what's happening here will eventually happen across the United States?
We refer to California as the People's Republic of California. When you said other states, my mind said, oh, you're talking about free states. You're not talking about California.
Okay.
No,
Well,
over a million, David, over 1 million people have left California. We're talking about middle-class people, religious people. They've left because they're giving up. And then there are those of us who had that thought, but we decided, let's stay and fight. The hypocrisy of the entertainment industry. You'll have people who will say, there's no reason to have guns. Look what guns do.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
2.46 million times per year. They save people. They prevent crime.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, these major stars, and you know, I've known some of these guys. A few of them are dead now, but some of the older, they were they were gun advocates. They were pro guns. Okay, but the younger stars, and I mean, they've made millions off these audiences, and they've shot people up and blown people up, but yet they'll lobby against the Gun and Rifle Association. That doesn't make any sense. Why would they do that?
Because they've been indoctrinated. Have you heard of the education, so-called educational system in the state and others? Yeah. Obviously, when we come out of high school, when we come out of college, we're all idealistic and we're believing in all of this stuff that has nothing really to do with reality. And we're entitled, and of course, we're supposed to be victims as well. Right. But here's the thing. There are a couple of things that I wanted to say to you. You're saying there are Christians and there are people who don't want to have guns. They feel like that's the wrong thing to do. That's fine. How are you going to defend your family? Yeah, that's true. Will they? Is there some wonderful power that will automatically protect them when someone comes in to do harm to them? Good word you want to put on it. Name. Yes.
That's a good point. Rock, before we go, we have a few more minutes. I want to, because you've worked with a lot of stars, you're a manager, you're a publicist, and I want to get your contact information before we go. What do you see Hollywood getting better? Do you see it going down? Do you see it going up? I mean, which direction is it going? Are the actors becoming more, pro-choice? Are they becoming more, I guess you could say, less insane? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse? What's happening out there in the actor world?
I think the majority of the industry is certainly left of center. Some of it is like extraordinarily crazy way over to the left.
Yeah, why is that? Why is an actor, and you've known some, I've known many, and they've got a lot of money, why would they be so crazy like that when they've got everything they need, and yet they want to get on their pedestal and they want to spew this craziness? Why is that?
Because they've heard it so many times. There are false prophets. There are false new so-called news services that are bombarding us all the time. I consider myself a very strong person, very strong-willed. I'm not easily influenced, and I have even caught myself giving some attention to some of this ridiculousness, and I have to say, wait, you're falling for it too? You don't fall for this.
Right. Rock, thanks so much for being with me. I'm going to get you back on because we got a lot more stuff we got to cover, brother, so I appreciate it.
Oh, we've just started. We've just scratched the surface.
All right. You take care, and we'll talk to you next time around.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. So when we come back for our final segment, we're going to ask the question, Hollywood, should I stay or should I go? In other words, many are leaving. Should I go too? Or should I stay here as a Christian and fight the battle? How would you like to be part of an exciting new faith-based television series? Hey everybody, I'm David Heavener and I'm making The Last Evangelist. I call it CSI meets the Book of Revelation. We're in the end times and people need to hear the truth. I'm asking you to partner with me. Go to lastevangelist.com, sign the newsletter. If God touches your heart, become a partner. Hey everybody, welcome to David Heavener TV, 7 channels of truth. And what are the 7 channels of truth? Well, in today's world where there's so much chaos and so much turmoil, and it seems the church has dropped the ball, we pick up on it. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for signing up, and God bless you.